And I'd love to ask you first to introduce yourself a little bit and say who you are, what you do in life, which is quite obvious, but nonetheless. And yeah, what should we know about you?
Well, my name is Monk Pasura, as you see on the screen. So I've been a monk for 17 years. I started becoming a monk at 28 years old, but I also have the chance to practice meditation ever since I was very young and ongoing until I became a monk. But after I became a monk, I also get the chance to conduct meditation retreat sessions and in many countries across the world. So it's more than 70 countries so far. So generally, my part would be to introduce and also explain about how meditation really works so that everybody can benefit from the practice of meditation regardless of their race, religious, or belief, because it's emphasized on how to develop the state of the mind for being conscious and more aware.
Wow, you've traveled so much more than I have, and this is what you do in life. That's amazing, honestly. Thank you. And actually, I had a question from our team members, which is very interesting. I'd love to know as well. Why did you decide to become a monk? Why are you on this path?
Well, before I was a monk, I used to be just like everybody, starting school, starting master degree. I had a few jobs. I was a flight attendant. I mean, the last job before I becoming a monk. And I used to have the philosophy of work hard, play hard, kind of person. So I started a workaholic, but I also, enjoy life to the extreme. So at the 28 years old, I started to kind of feel fed up, with how things are. So I wanted to take a little break just to sort of see myself in the new directions after turning 30. So that's why I decided to be a monk for 4 months, because in Thailand, there's a tradition for a man to be a monk for a short period of time, for a few weeks or a few months. So that's why I decided to become a monk for 4 months. So at first it was hard, of course. The life is not easy, but after time goes by, it's getting, kind of peaceful, that I really feel, grounded, I guess. And that's really give me a different perspective of how to see life and something that really called happiness. So that's why I decided to extend it until now it becomes 17 years.
17 years. Would you say it has become easier over time, or?
It is a lifestyle, you know what I mean? So even there are so many rules and restrictions, but once you get used to those disciplines and rules, it's become part of your life. That the moment it becomes part of your life, it's actually easy to just do it without feeling that you have to force yourself. At the end of the day, all the rules and disciplines that we have has main purpose, one main purpose, and that is to help us be mindful with our life, because everything that we have in the rules is basically about what kind of necessity that we should have, how we should look after them, what kind of behavior you should have, what are the manner we should conduct. So those kind of things really help us to be more mindful, and mindfulness also being support of the practice of meditation. So generally, the discipline that we have actually in support of the practice of meditations. And if the goal is to get deeper in the meditative experiences, that would be an ideal.
And step by step, we're getting there, right? 17 years. And if you were to explain what a day in the life of a monk, well, in this case, of your life looks like, how would you explain it to people like us?
Generally, just like everybody, eat, sleep, but a lot more meditation, I guess. So the day will start about 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and follow with meditation until about like 7 o'clock, where we have breakfast about 7:30. In Thailand, sometimes we go out to ask for food in the bowl as well. And in my case, I will continue my meditation after breakfast from like 8:30 all the way to 11:30. That will be the lunchtime, also the last meal of the day. And then in the afternoon, that depends. Some days I have works to do, work for the temples. I will just, finish all different tasks that has been assigned to. And doing chores and all that. And then in the evening, about 7:30, that will be the evening prayers and meditation. And we finish about like 10, 11, go to bed. So that would be one day.
And that's quite a typical day, right? Especially in the temple, isn't it? And
yeah.
And I know you do so many things besides that as well, though. I know you travel a lot, you speak a lot. I mean, we're here right now on this session together. What are the extra things that you do as a monk, and why is it different for some monks?
Well, My temple is big, so we have a lot of tasks, a lot of projects, for different groups of people, from rural area to youth development to different things. So my part is in the international relations divisions, and also I was assigned to teach meditation in English. So it's kind of depends on the time differences around the world, and that's pretty much my job. And I also have a chance to help with many projects of trainings in different countries as well. So that's a lot on the package.
International relations, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Very, wow, beautiful work that you do, which of course I know, and now we're also sharing that with others. And another question actually received from our team is the question whether everyone can become a monk. And if so, what does that process look like? What does it depend on? What's needed? Yeah.
Basically, everybody can become a monk because each temple will have their own sort of kind of acceptance procedures. In case of my temple, there will be a short-term monkhood program open up. So everybody can apply for it. Of course, they have to go to some interviews and all that. And afterward, if you pass that short-term ordination and you want to continue further, there'll be longer program for you to continue your trainings for a few more years until you fully become a member. So generally, that's what it's like.
Is that the same for women or totally different?
The thing is that in Thailand, we don't have the female monk tradition. I mean, in the Buddha time, there are female monks tradition, but because in order to become a monk, you need a community of monks to adopt you into the community. So it's kind of lineage that pass on from the Buddha all the way to present day. So in case of Thailand, Buddhism, when it came to Thailand, the female monk lineage never came with it. So we sort of like never really started from the very beginning. But the lineage still exists in Korea and Taiwan. So they pass on down for like 2,600 years. So if you want to, you can also apply for that. But, they have different types of training and all that.